Yeah, Team Sukazi. Finally, hope like he's name, but he gave me an interview.
That's good to know. So we'll also be taking a look at that Kaizer Chiefs goal, rather penalty appeal. Was it a penalty or not? All of that coming up in the next hour.
Butter, flour, oven, action.
The uphill battle has begun in the Premier League. That's why Brighton and Hove Albion are not about removing their best foot off the paddle.
Welbeck, it's there! It's a fine finish from Welbeck.
While Wolverhampton Wanderers can't afford to part ways with 3 points.
It's a shot on goal, it's deflected in, and Wolverhampton Wanderers are right back in this game now.
Will the Seagulls silence the Wolves? Or will the Wolves howl for a crucial win? Do not miss out on the superb vibe. Brighton and Hove Albion takes on Wolverhampton Wanderers on Saturday, 29 April, live at 3 p.m. on S3. Hashtag We Love It Here. Proudly brought to you by SABC Sport.
For the love of the game.
You asked for goals, we'll be giving you goals. We'll be looking at the weekend that was. If you want to be a part of the show, remember at 6:45 we start taking your calls on 086-000-2160, WhatsApp on 060-552-7303. We're going to take a look at Man United winning with penalties last night, Brighton Hove holding them. I've been saying it for so long on this show that I'm not going to say it today. I want the callers to say it.
Say it.
No, they must say it because
Should
they
I
attacked
say it
me.
for you?
No, Mazola, they attacked me. So we'll take a look at one of the best games of the season by far for me in all leagues when you saw the 3-3. That 3-3 with Arsenal was one of the best games. Southampton. Jeez, what a game. Let's talk about that.
Theo Walcott scored, right?
Theo Walcott scored.
Jeez.
3-3 game. Let's talk about that in more detail. It means they are 4 points clear now, and they play Man City next game.
And City have 2 games in hand.
This is on Wednesday.
City have 2 games in hand.
2 games in hand. City beat Arsenal. It's 1 point with a game in hand.
Yebo. Hashtag Arsenaling.
There you go. It's 15 after the hour 6. Give us a call. Let's talk all about it. Kaizer Chiefs losing and Sekhukhune getting a double over them. I'm not sure if it should be Kaizer Chiefs losing or Sekhukhune winning, because this is a double for Sekhukhune.
Yeah, let's go back to the words of one Daniel Cardoso. Probably the victory.
He comes
meant
on
more.
top of that,
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
it?
yeah. He comes on top of that discussion. Obviously the sporting director did hit back, but Cardoso has had the last laugh.
It's 15 after the hour 6. Let's go straight to our friends at Betway.
Share all the sporting thrills with Betway. Visit betway.co.za. Bet your way with Betway.
Black is back with the Metro FM Music Awards 23. Ticket sales start from 150 Rands at CompuTicket. Get yours now.
Bet on your favorite teams and leagues online, anytime and anywhere with Betway. Visit betway.co.za.
The action never stops, especially with Beat the Odds with Betway. A chance to win a share of 15 million Rands cash, extra bets, and lifestyle prizes. You can win and find out more at betway.co.za.
Bet on your favorite teams and leagues online, anytime and anywhere with Betway. Visit betway.co.za.
The Metro FM Music Awards 2023. Black is back. The nominees for Artist of the Year are K.O. Wanitwamos, a.k.a. Nomfundo Mo, Java. Let's go! To vote, dial *120 *45787 hash. USSD rates charged at R1.50 per minute. The Metro FM Music Awards 2023. Brought to you by the Mpumalanga Provincial Government. Visit and explore Mpumalanga, the place of the rising sun. Metro FM, it's where you're at.
Hashtag the weekend that was. On Sports Not Amplified with Andile, Metro FM. Proudly brought to you by SABC Sports.
Metro FM Music Awards 2023. Black is back. Share the Jägermeister, share the love, share the Amapiano. The best Amapiano artist is brought to you by Jägermeister. The nominees for best Amapiano artist are Deep London and Buhle, Hamba Wena. Gaba Canal featuring George Leslie and Russell Zuma, Hila Nhliziyyo Yam. Gabs It Small featuring Msaki, Kusela. Daliwonga featuring Mello and Sleazy and MJ, Abomvelo. Wanitwamos featuring Master KG, Lo Sheen and Nkosazana Daughter, Sofa Slahlane. To vote, dial *120 *45787 hash. USSD rates charged at R1.50 per minute. Metro FM Music Awards 2023. Brought to you by the Mpumalanga Provincial Government. Visit and explore Mpumalanga, the place of the rising sun. The Metro FM Music Awards Best Amapiano Artist. Brought to you by Jägermeister. Metro FM, it's where you're at. Not for sales to persons under the age of 18.
Get free accessories valued at 18,000 Rand when you pick up any robust and reliable Mahindra single cab bakkie until the 30th of April. This includes a set of alloy wheels, a fitted tow bar, and rubberizing, giving your business that extra drive to conquer any venture, no matter the road. But stock is limited, so act fast. Visit your nearest Mahindra dealer today or visit mahindra.co.za and book your test drive. T's and C's apply.
At Roman's Pizza, for only $20 each, get the all-new dessert pie in 2 flavors, apple cinnamon or Belgian chocolate. That's right, only $20 each for the scrumptious apple cinnamon or delectable Belgian chocolate. Don't miss out. Try the new dessert pie. Download our app or order online. Roman's Pizza. Best pizza, best value.
Hashtag the weekend that was.
It's the weekend that was.
Sports Not Amplified with
Kabonebe.
Andile, Metro FM.
Kabonebe Sitsedi Aibo.
By SABC Sport.
Hey, Malcolm, you made it long. Kabonebe Sitsedi says, hi, bro. Carlos Alcaraz prevailing as champion in Barcelona. Arsenal standoff against Southampton on Friday. Sundowns conclusive win against Belouizdad. Babina Noko conquering Kaizer Chiefs once more. And, of course, Sergio Pavlovich overcoming Curtis Blades at UFC. That, for him, is the weekend that was. Let's go straight into it. These are the goals. You asked for them. Here they are.
lesitinya wantadetswalo liletsa phakathi eboxini lithuba balela phakathi lapha empeleni Sikhukhune United esana Sikhukhune ka radi 18 khona yabotsi ikamagari stoppa sa Sikhukhune semi maphuko wa Siabi
Kibalakati Balata Lallana Tanta Babina Nuku 1 Sikhukhune not Kaizer Chiefs semi Siabi.
It's 21 after the hour 6. Zake Sebata Maseka, you asked for the Neo Maema goal in Setswana. That's the commentary you asked for on Twitter. You said, hey, it's Monday today. Please play the Setswana commentary on your show. Well, here it is.
Adebone Tapelo Tota Mrembula Teboho Mokwena Tabegala Mako Postman Botoli Mapos Rovela Jano Khawfile Mpale Bal Baba Ba Jalo Motsile Nyane Bonaka Batle go ngata ka motho abatsikinya monna dinoka mona wa Neo Maema Adebone Mapos Sandawana Mushish Shaluli Abakoba Konakati Cho Mamelodi Sundowns Batlogele Mamelodi Sundowns Manusano ya Bobedi Orata Osarate Menwana Pezulu Buipelo Jobukoni Tota Joburajo Africa Esemfela mo Africa borwa go tloga kwa ikhweita go ferela kwa tlase fa o sa sale Mamelodi Sundowns morago Khakitsi Hanno ya Bobedi Peter Shalulile Anusta Yantla Agha ya Bobedi Neo Maema Monaka kwa Malomfontein kwa the City of Roses Bona cool come and collect it abaye pa mo letloweng ya bena go 2 Mamelodi Sundowns and not os Copas Abelezedad.
A big congratulations, of course, for the big win. 100 goals. Hey, he's fast climbing there.
He is, but you know, to put it into context, I think he's 2-3 goals away from the Premier Soccer League
100,
100. But I mean, it's a phenomenal feat. I believe Peter, by the time he's done, if he ever moves on from Sundowns or goes to North Africa or to Europe, he will be, the all-time top goal scorer in South African football.
What is that, 123?
Because at the moment, you've got Mambush, you've got Bele, who are holding that record at the top. And one or two more seasons, Peter will, by far. That's if he doesn't leave in the next 2 years.
Let's go to coach's reactions from the weekend. This is Coach Tritter after the victory.
Yeah, it's not so much about Chiefs. I think it's about us and the progress we are making. It's about the puzzle that is coming nicely together. Of course, there's always room for improvement, but it's another clean sheet for the defense. And I'm happy that we are scoring at this moment. 1-0 at this stage can win us the game. We've proven it now in the cup, we've proven it now in the league as well. But for us, it's about progress. I think the biggest competition is within the camp, player to player. The mindset as well. I have to give credit to the boys. At this stage of the season, we're thinking about holidays, we're thinking about finishing off season and getting to the end. But the boys has been marvelous. They are staying focused at the moment. We've got so much more to play for.
Brendan Tritter there after beating Kaizer Chiefs, but I wonder how much of that penalty call would have influenced this game, because surely Chiefs were owed a penalty there. We'll get to that with the referee. He's here. Jose Riero had this to say after Pirates win.
The challenge is nice. I want to find myself every season and this moment of the season fighting for important things, for the possibility to get more titles for this club. So we embrace the moment. We really want to stay in this moment as much as possible. And again, the key it's that the players want. They want every day, and they are making my life very difficult to select the 20, to select the 11.
Exactly 25 after the hour 6. Mazzola Molefe is with us. He's our journalist every single Monday as we look at the weekend that was and the stories that make huge headlines. Tim Sukazi, finally speaking.
Yeah, finally speaking out at Nelspruit in Bombela, because we had our live game, obviously, TX Galaxy hosting Royal AM. So I reached out to the chairman. There were a disclaimer. I know people will say, but you didn't ask him about the financial woes.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah. I mean, I did, obviously, but he did not want to discuss that. That's a conversation which he preferred that we do a sit-down interview in his office at the end of the season to respond to the allegations and all that's been made of him not paying the club salaries. But he did agree to speak about Given Msimango and confirming that he's on his way to Kaizer Chiefs, and here are the reasons why.
Given Msimango is one case. He needs to be a pressured environment for him to play for the national team. He's a national asset. You know as much as members of the media that as long as he is a TS Galaxy player, he won't be called up. But he will play, for him to get the national team call up, he will play 1-2 games for Kaizer Chiefs, even a Carling Cup. He will be in the national team. So, if you are a me or TS Galaxy, you choose. Do you want to hold him to this player so that he doesn't get international caps when the country needs central defenders of his class and quality? Or you allow him to go to a club where, upon playing 10 minutes or even 3 minutes, making a cameo appearance against the national team?
Is that still a thing in South African football? We remember there was a time when, it was seen, if you were at one of the big teams, Kaizer Chiefs, Orlando Pirates, you'd make that national team. Is it still a thing now? Is what Tim's saying merited?
I had similar question as we were doing the interview and he's talking. I'm thinking, no, Chairman, you can't be serious.
If Given Msimango moves to Chiefs, then he'll have a shot at Bafana Bafana.
I went and I checked to verify the TX Galaxy stats. TX Galaxy have the second best defensive record in the league behind champions Mamelodi Sundowns, and they've not got a single player from their defensive point of view in the national team. So what the chairman says has got merits, and he had more to say.
But then that's where he belongs, man. We command one of the best defensive record in this league as TS Galaxy. Who has been spearheading our defense? Who has been our central pillar? What does it say? People will not talk about it. They won't. The truth is that after 26 games, we We have considered less than 20. And you can't count many of the clubs. You count us and Sundowns, at the moment. Maybe Pirates also.
Yep. And, part of the reason is also TX Galaxy are selling because that's the funding model for the club. But at the crux of why he believes he's got to sell some of his top players is to give them an opportunity to play for the national team.
But I mean, I would have thought in the last couple of years, particularly with Hugo Broos having taken over, maybe even a time before that, it was, I mean, when you're seeing the Mayos from Cape Town City, when you're seeing all the players that you're seeing in the national team now, that the national team is not being seen like that anymore.
I mean, that's what I felt, especially since Hugo Broos took over. He's looked everywhere. He's picked players from, you can name it. He's picked players from, lower division.
Marumo.
He's picked players from Golden Arrows, Pule Modi.
And there was not a single Chiefs player.
Exactly.
In this last squad, if I'm not mistaken.
Funny enough, when this story went up on our sabcsport.com portal, a lot of the responses were that, should we tell the chairman or will you, Mazola? Because look at the Kaizer Chiefs players that he's talking about. Not a single one of them are making the national team
and
squad.
Since Hugo Broos has taken over, I mean, you can count them. It was Ngobo at some point that he was having in there. Blom was in there. Yet Keegan Dolly have a very short stint with him in that team as well.
Called up Brendan Peterson.
Brendan Peterson's come up. And the keeper, the other one, Vuma came up once or twice as well. But it hasn't been that. Sundowns, you can't argue why Sundowns players there. Orlando Pirates have not been dominant in that team as well. So I wonder if the chairman is thinking about Bafana of old. I wonder.
Maybe. But obviously you must admit, Andile, he's a little bit biased because he's the chairman of the club and he feels they've had a defensive record. I mean, Principal just reminded me now that Melusi Buthelezi was selected early on when he made a lot of appearances and kept clean sheets.
And he was one of the best keepers, statistically the best in the league at the time.
And he got injured. But the chairman feels, he's on-field players as well in that defensive situation should have been picked. Another main reason is that the chairman makes it clear that they can actually afford Given Msimango. It's not a matter of whether he, they can't afford his salary or not. The reason why they are selling him, and he makes it clear that, by the way, he's not earning peanuts and we can afford it, but we're just sending him through to earn a lot more. And we've got two more clips from the chairman talking about the Galaxy record as well as the fact that they can actually afford Given Msimango.
Clubs like TS Galaxy needs to perform also the time. It's our responsibility holistically. Forget about anything and everything that comes with it. Of course, whatever that comes in those type of transactions, we would always reinvest in the club. Right now, the club is self-funded, but it's thriving. It's playing top-level football that South Africans want to see. It competes and with clubs, who have got budgets in hundreds and millions of rands or more. We can afford him, by the way, and he's not earning his small money, by the way, here, so that we are clear. Yes. So, but we can afford him. So the truth is, as long as he's here, he's not going to get a national team call up. It is proven. It is proven. If I'm a national team coach, I'm selecting defenders. I will look in the league, domestic league, which club is performing defensively. You say this one, who are the key? At the very least, let me look at them and compare them.
You don't look convinced.
No, the one thing I'd like to bring up to the chair, and I know he's a friend of the show and he listens to the show. The one thing I'd like to bring up to the chair is that you cannot speak in defense of the club about the club's finances if you're not willing to speak about the club's finances. It's either you're willing to speak about the club's finances or you're not. You can't in one breath say, I'm not going to speak about the dispute in salaries and that whole hoorah that happened with the leaked audio that came from the team. But I'll speak about how the club can afford it. We don't need the money. We're not struggling for money. We can afford it.
Fair enough, Andile. You've had interviews that you've done where people have come in studio or over the phone, and you've got a set of questions, and they said, Andile,
I'm not talking about
this. And if you ask me this question, I'm going to hang up. So I, as a journalist, I also have to do what I have to do.
No.
I'll take what I can
disagree with
get.
you. I'm just, it's directly at the chair, and I know that he listens. he's always been one of the chair that will come on and speak blatantly and openly.
Of course.
So if you're going to speak about the club's funding and the club's money and to say, we can afford this player, we're not selling, then speak about the club's money.
100%, I agree. And he's assured me, he's promised me an interview at the end of the season. First week of June, when TX Galaxy are safe and sound and secured their Premier League status, he's going to have a long sit down. The interview we did was about 20 minutes, so there's more to come over the course of the week. But we're going to have another hour in June.
Well, you'll hear it here when it does come out. It's 33 after the hour 6. SAFA PSL.
A war that was brewing, but I was at the Congress yesterday out at Empress Palace, but I feel the SAFA CEO downplayed it somewhat. Andile, we are talking here about two figureheads from a PSL point of view and SAFA, the mother body, who are at war with each other. On Thursday, you covered here on the show on Thursday and on Friday that the PSL decided to completely snub the SAFA Ordinary Congress. They are a special member. Dr. Ivan Khoza, by virtue of being the PSL chairman, he's the vice president of the South African Football Association. But they released a statement on Thursday evening to say, we are not coming to the ordinary Congress. Whatever resolutions are taken, they will be done without us. And obviously, there's a war of words regarding CAF club licensing and whether coaches should have the qualification to be able to sit on the bench. We've seen it in the CAF Champions League and Confed Cup that the coaches who do not have the required certificates cannot sit on the bench. We've seen it in the past, and SAFA are trying to go that route in South African football as well, to say we must adopt what the African football governing body is saying. We must also adopt it here in South African football.
The PSL did not attend in line with the media statement they've issued. That media statement did not touch on the reasons. Then once we have the reasons, we can then talk about the issue. But for now, we'll all be assuming because the issue is just said after looking at the agenda. We don't know what were the issues in relation to the agenda. So first thing on Monday, I will be writing a letter to the acting CEO of the league looking for answers. Then after getting answers, then we'll know how we move forward. I
believe strongly that the CEO downplayed this issue. As I said earlier, two powerful federations or organizations in their own right are at war with each other, and it's been like that for many moons. I mean, the liaison committee between the league and SAFA it exists in name only, to be fair, and this is going to pose a challenge for Walter Steenbok, the technical director out at SAFA, in implementing this strategy that he's talking about, which members at yesterday's Congress were excited to hear about, talking about junior national teams and so on and so forth. But if they don't see eye to eye and they are having petty squabbles like this, we are on a hiding to nothing.
It's the weekend that was. Mazala Molefe letting us know the news of the weekend. When we come back, he's here. He's the principal. He's Victor Hlongwane. You can catch the three of us on Soccer Zone later on this evening as well. Vic, what are you touching on?
We start with Supersport Marumo.
Okay, we're going to go Supersport Marumo. Which other one?
The next one will be the Pirates game against Cape Town City.
Okay.
It was nice to see the runs. Mayo and Saleng together with the assistant referee. Those runs, made my blood run smoothly, man.
Who watches the assistant referee running?
I mean,
who's watching
only principal can bring that up.
Look, I mean, it looked offside, but it was not offside.
Okay, we'll get to that. And then, are we touching on Chiefs?
Yes, definitely. There's a penalty appeal on the 28th minute where Lichalo was brought down by Solomons.
All right, we'll get into that. It's 36 after the hour 6.
This is Sport Night Amplified with Andile. Okay.
Nadim, best left back in PSL history.
It's going to be interesting from Pilani. It's going to be one of the ex-Santam stars.
Somebody says punch Masana.
We didn't say people must name a left back they know. We said the best left back.
Here's a name that Ezekiel Ndobada has come up with on Twitter. I'm very disappointed in you in particular, Pro Pilani. Lavas Motlala. How do we forget Lavas?
I did not forget Lavas Motlala. The thing is, the question is, who is your best, not who I think is everyone.
Dixon is out Guamtlanga. Dixon.
Bresley Cousins, you know why, Andy?
Why?
The guy was a white guy.
So the fact that he's white is just a bonus for you.
Yeah, it's a bonus for me.
Dixon Guamtlanga, thank you so much.
Weekdays, 6 till 7 p.m. on Metro FM. The Metro FM Music Awards are back to honor and celebrate the best of South African music.
I am Refilwe Mtsweni Tsipane, Premier of the Mpumalanga Province. Mpumalanga is ready to welcome all visitors to the home of the rising sun. We pride ourselves as a province with breathtaking natural scenery, the world-renowned tourism adventures. Be part of the Metro FM Awards on the 6th of May 2023 at the Mbombela Stadium to experience a memorable hospitality that Mpumalanga will offer. At the God's Window, the Three Rendezvous, Graskop Gorge, Makonja Mountain, a World Heritage Site, the Kruger National Park, the Sudwala Caves, the waterfalls, amongst others. Let's grow Mpumalanga together through the Metro FM Awards.
The biggest night on the South African music calendar, brought to you by the Mpumalanga Provincial Government. Visit and explore Mpumalanga, the place of the rising sun. Hashtag the weekend that was. On Sports Not Amplified with Andile, Metro FM. Proudly brought to you by SABC Sports.
We're still with Mr. Ref, the principal. It's your turn now, Mr. Ref. Let's dissect. Andile was laughing that you're the one talking about the linesmen, assistant referees. That's what they're called now, right?
Yes.
Some of the major talking points, some of which we'll discuss and dissect in detail when we have Soccer Zone later.
Yeah, thanks, Mazola. Let's start with we have a workshop now of this coming weekend for GDL, Sasol, and ABC Motsepe League referee at the UJ from Thursday to Sunday, just to build the foundation, and we'll be awarding certificates on Sunday. But coming back to what happened over the weekend, our matches over the weekend, SuperSport Marumo, we had two penalties there. One penalty appeal by Marumo on the 33 minute, where the ball hit someone's leg and then to the hand. So as we know, the law says,
I saw that, yeah.
Yeah, if it comes from your own body, it cannot be deliberate because handball must be deliberate. We also had another one for SuperSport. Gavin has been complaining, I'm not getting penalties. Yes, he
says he's not benefiting.
Yeah, no, he said he's not getting.
Yeah.
So this time they gave him a penalty on the 85th minute.
Grobler missed.
And no, Grobler ballooned it.
Yeah.
And then the other one is Pirates Cape Town City, where we saw the brilliant runs by Mayo.
Hang on, Mr. Reb. Yes. A lot of people are asking questions about this rule, and I think you've explained it time and time again about, if the ball hits you from one angle to the hand, it's not a penalty. Can you explain those? Because people are constantly confused. Time and time as it happens, I think it's 2 weekends in a row, we've seen something similar. Even perhaps those who watch the English Premier League would have seen that.
Yeah, the rule is very clear. Sometimes FIFA make it very easy for us. If the ball hits any part of your own body to the hand, that will be the head, the leg, to the hand. It's not deliberate handball. Therefore, handball will not be awarded. So in that case, the ball hit the leg and then to the hand. So not deliberate handball, play should continue. And that's what the referee did. So we commend the referee for applying the laws of the game correctly in those situations.
Getting it right. The next one, Mr. Ref?
The next one is Pirates and Cape Town City. You love it when the referees make correct decision. We always complain here, this referee did not get the offside correctly. Here we're talking of El Fasitol. And that game, the other assistant R2 was Cledwin Baloy, who was on the fridge. He's back, he's back.
He was iced out a little bit for some of the blunders.
Exactly. But this time, El Fasitol, who was first assistant, made two critical decisions in terms of the goal scored by Mayo. Some people might think offside, but when we look at it, we realize that it was in line. Brilliant decision, focus, concentrated assistant referee. So again, we saw Saleng's goal, which was then almost offside or not, but he allowed play to continue. When we look at it, brilliant decision, no offside and good goal. Then the last one, we're talking of Chiefs Kukune. 28 minutes. Here, this decision, Mazola.
Before we go to this decision, Konje, in 3 minutes, we're taking your calls, by the way, as is usual, at 18:45. So much covered in this weekend. You can cover it. Konje, we said the referees went where?
To the workshop.
To the workshop.
To do some trivia.
To do training, right?
Yeah.
And trivia.
Yes. Trivia,
okay. Now tell us what happened in the Chiefs game.
Yeah, in that Chiefs game, when we say refereing is difficult, we mean such decision. That decision, Andile, is not an easy decision to make. We can only
You're talking about the Zwane one.
No. Litswalo, who was brought down by Solomons.
Okay, because there's that Zwane one as well.
I saw this one. This one was clear to me.
You didn't see the Zwane one?
Yes.
No. Are you talking about which? I thought we were talking about the Zwane one.
I thought we were talking about the Zwane
for Sekhukhune.
No, for Chiefs.
Yeah.
For Chiefs, we'll have to digest it on the other side.
No, I'll bring it up for you. I'll find it here. I'll
Show
find
him
it
the
here and
video.
I'll give it to you.
He can dissect it right here.
Yeah.
No. That one. Tell us about the other one while I find it.
Yeah, the other one was Solomons, who brought down Litswalo. Tight decision. We have to establish as to Solomon, did he get the ball first or the man first? So when we digested it, I look at it almost 3-4 times. I realized that this is in only VAR could have got it right, because Solomon's got the Litswalo first and then the ball. So a penalty should have been awarded against Solomon's for.
So Sekhukhune should have gotten a penalty.
Yes, 28 minutes.
That should have been a penalty.
You will see it. We have to establish whether the Solomon's got the ball first or the man first.
Okay, now let's go to the Chiefs one.
Let's go to the Chiefs one. Let's see.
Show it for you. Here it is. Take a look.
It's the Zwane one that you're showing
It's
it
the
to him.
Zwane one.
Yeah. I saw it a couple of times, and the response there is that should have been a penalty. But to be fair, I saw it from just one angle, and I'm not entirely sure whether if you show it from a different angle, whether the linesman on the other side would have seen it differently, or I don't even know where the referee.
Well, the referee's now seen it. You've seen Zwane in the box.
Yeah.
2 players. I think Cardoso's the one, and I'm not sure who the other is. Sandwich him.
Yeah.
And then he goes down in the box.
Yeah.
Looks like a trip on the
No,
on
not
the heel.
It's, I think it's the hands, Andile, that we saw. These are
there is hands as well. Yes.
Yeah, these are decisions where, because we saw the hand, but when we see the hand, we normally ask ourselves, was this hand enough to make the player fall? Because you can't feel the touch and then you fall.
Yeah.
So there must be an impact. So these are the decisions whereby VAR in South Africa could assist.
But a VAR is not going to tell you how hard the hand was on the guy's chest.
No, they are able to do it, to check, to watch it 2-3 times before a decision is made.
You can watch it a million times. The VAR is never going to tell you the pressure of the hand.
No. They are able. There's consideration. There's consideration that we do, that we are taught to look at, as to is this player falling because of the impact, or is this player falling because he has been pushed? So when the player is pushed,
so you're saying in the clip, Zwane going down in the box is inconclusive as far as you're concerned.
Exactly. Only VAR could conclude this.
But
That's why
VAR cannot conclude a touch.
So if the referee says play on that, we can support the referee and say no. This hand is not enough to make the player fall.
How do you make the decision and decide whether the pressure on the hand is enough or not? Because VAR cannot establish pressure.
We have the consideration. When a player falls, there's a way that a player falls on the field of play. If you fall with your hands up, then we know that you are selling a decision. But if you fall because you've been pushed, your hands will go down to support.
Please tell me our first caller is Lisibe.
Lisibe, please.
Yeah, so Lisibe can put the ref in his place here, because I'm not sure.
At least there's no nyana today.
No offside nyana.
No offside
penalty
nyana. No push nyana.
It's 6:45. It's time. Let's take your calls. Let's take your WhatsApps as well. As you know, until top of the hour. This is the best one. Let's start in Cape Town. Yanga is all the way in Cape Town. Yanga, I've got the 3 not so wise men in the studio. Talk to me.
Hey, the weekend that was.
Hey, the weekend that was.
No, I'm an Orlando Pirates supporter. So, the way Orlando Pirates is playing now, I'm happy with it. Our build up, from the back, to score the goal. I mean, it's perfect. Let alone that it's a little bit too late, because they could have done that, during the season. Now we are fighting for position 2. But I'm happy with our style of play. And, when the coach, I remember when we procured the coach, I was a bit nervous, because, our coach doesn't have really medals, I was like, this guy, why him, But he's proving me wrong, so I'm appealing to the management, to give this coach, let's say, another, 5-year contract.
5-year contract?
Yes, because I can.
If he wins the Nedbank Cup, you're gonna ask for a 10-year contract at this rate.
Something like that, because I can see, his vision, and I can see, the past 3 games that we played and we won. I mean, we are playing a nice football, the football that, Orlando Pirates supporters loved.
All right. No, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yep.
Yes, and the PSL and SAFA.
Very quickly, talk to me. Yep.
Yes. No, they need to resolve it because it's not good for our national team. Honestly, they need to put their egos aside for the sake of the national team. Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much, man. Let's go to Jimmy in Botlhokwa, I think it is. Oh, it's Jimmy Makao. Una lo mongwe wa Botlhokwa wa tla o thoma wena mara wa go Makao khona motsepe.
Ore ya mpontsho re go tlhako mmagwabeni go Botlhokwa ra sana le draw. Ba di pamadi ya ka ke yo.
Ke le boritse Jimmy.
Re perile tatane.
Re perile bra Jimmy.
Ana Fortman fida.
That's you, Mazola.
Oh, okay. Jimmy, Kisha Puena.
Mazola.
Jimmy, the weekend that was.
The weekend that was. Andile. I can't understand what she's doing. That's why kind of bank up over celebrate the pirate. Because I think we're against more teams.
But what do you think the issue is at the Chiefs? When I will level the Chiefs,
I think the players are not partying and coach players they should come to the party and Metro family cannot hire you and the story. One one. This is that's why go read among the best. Mara Chiefs bara agesai da gura ke no bona har win maybe weekend there win no celebrate until come next weekend then bara lo ka more nga bare e ka me bara o bore hi le ga la Chiefs mara ni we re tare ma.
Oh, Jimmy Makao, I really appreciate it always, man. Thank you so much. Let's go to the other Jimmy now. Go Botlhokwa. Jimmy.
Andile ga ke Jimmy ga mo go to ga mine tree. Re se ke motho re family wena le just sponsor ra tswana.
Awa ke thabale telele le reng na.
Ergino tshwaranyana ka Pirates Pirates lolo nama Pirates re tsagetse kudu Pirates rena re tsagaja every week and you no to ba rasa Chiefs ke le tola stuki e winna game 1 e bolela ka David se a fita ba re ba lodi ya Pirates ba tsagala kwa Stellenbosch rena re lebella game 6 re lebeletse ke mtshali ke o re tsamaye re kef bona ba lebeletse David sa le gole andile o ka lebela mfana ba re ke sale ne ka go Orlando war o dia motholo mo kudu o tsagaja ba di supporter tsa Pirates ke renga mgornya kana warra and then Pirates andile ilo ya gole re lo number 2 ke re next season andile re tsamale Sundowns re tisa stars a bobedi ka mo Pirates before ke tswa andile ne Chiefs motho ba Chiefs aya kuma red card aya kuma na penalty sa se sa wina and then uwima andile ne re le buisendile before lo tswa warra ne ba o rata ka moto re le buise marumo e tsamaile ya kwa Egypt e 1-1 re ska le ba le Sundowns ke le Pirates party re le buise di tlapa tse di raukan Africa bana di win for 1 eta and re feta andile ne Ntate Fred Mpele a tsamaye ka khotso re ta mo pola ka mo Pirates o sile go ba se botse le ma Pirates ba re ba tlhage ja tuile pate re nna re no ra tsamaye botse re melaga tsa matsari matlhoma yona andile ka mo wa ra.
Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you, Jimmy. We need to bring it up. He spoke about it here.
Yeah.
Floyd no longer with Orlando Pirates. All of that in 34 seconds or so when we come back. Sinong and Rustenburg, I see you. Lisibe and Gurlene, we can't wait for you. Katlino in Hammanskraal, we're coming to you in a bit.
Metro FM Music Awards 2023. Black is back. Share the Jägermeister, share the love, share the Amapiano. The best Amapiano artist is brought to you by Jägermeister. The nominees for best Amapiano artist are Deep London and Buhle, Hamba Wena. Gaba Canal featuring George Leslie and Russell Zuma, Hila Nhlizio Yam. Gabsida Small featuring Msaki, Kusela. Dali Wonga featuring Mello and Sleazy and MJ, Abomvelo. Wani Dwamos featuring Master KG, Low Sheen and Nkosazana Daughter, Sofa Slahlane. To vote, dial *120 *45787 hash. USSD rates charged at R1.50 per minute. The Metro FM Music Awards Best Amapiano Artist, brought to you by Jägermeister. Metro FM is where you're at. Not for sales to persons under the age of 18.
We are all hardwired to plan, but when tomorrow becomes uncertain, we need a guarantee that offers peace of mind. You can now drive the latest Audi more often at an interest rate of up to prime minus 2% on selected Audi models. And with Audi Assured, the future value of your new Audi is guaranteed and your investment is fully secured. At the end of the contract term, you can choose to retain, return, or trade in your vehicle. Contact your nearest Audi dealer to explore our range of progressive finance offers. Audi Assured. Finance your Audi with tomorrow in mind. T's and C's apply. Audi Financial Services, a division of VW Financial Services SA Pty Ltd, an authorized FS and registered CP. Audi. Vorsprung durch Technik.
We gon' get connected. WhatsApp the Metro FM studio. 060-552-7303.
Trouble. Andile. Jimmy Veke. Rena maphethe re jabulile mogala. Re jabulile. Runa di true every week true. Salen Dondo Lodge. I need this competition to go and beat Chiefs. Parna maphethe re jabulile mogala be. Re bile weekend re monate le Monday we monate ba la Paris. Thank you. Enjoy the show.
Hey Mazola, Lipara and Shira Shakshashega, Zulu in Durban. Ipakanel Jablile, 3 points after 3 points, 3 points. We've been collecting 3 points. No one is saying anything. We're collecting 3 points these days. We're going to the next game to collect another 3 points. To Kaizer Chiefs on the 6th.
Where are the Kaizer Chiefs?
Unfortunately, it won't be 3 points, but they'll be out of the cup competition. We'll be going to the finals against whoever that is willing to be beaten by us. I hope they bring it here in Durban. Thank you.
Well, it's not coming to Durban, unfortunately. It is going to be at the FNB. Let's go to the calls now. But before we do, Mazola, Floyd, he's left Pirates.
Well, today's statement was a pure formality. He's really, my understanding, he's not really been at Pirates since late last year. The reason we never really covered the story is because there were denials all around whether he's left Pirates or because he'd been seen at Sekhukhune, for some time now. Even towards the January transfer window with Gamu also coming in, a lot of things happening there. Brendan Trute, whatever the case may be. So he's not really been at Pirates for that long. So today's statement confirming that Floyd Mbele has resigned and is moving on was a mere formality.
Do we know why?
I mean, the reasons are not clear. I don't know why. Even from the time when we got the news late last year that he had left Pirates, the reasons were unclear. I tried to establish, but could not get a clear answer as to why.
Hamans Kral, Katlin.
Katlino.
What's up, Katlin?
The weekend that was.
Hey, the weekend that was, Katlino.
Mazola, reperile, amo.
Reperile, Katlino.
So. Chiefs. Yeah, but Tata more management, Tata more Atazwan, but Tata more these.
King about Tata Atazwan.
No, but one hand Tata, the management of Tata defended the Nalabutata.
Yeah?
Defended in Alabutata Atazwan.
Defended in Alabutata.
Or in general,
so there's nothing wrong with Kaizer Chiefs. But Tata defend. Okay, Barry.
How can these fans expect for the cows to win against no field of play? And happy. The very sad because there's not a correct. Why I can throw Kaizer Chiefs? Because Kaizer Chiefs is highly easy. I just got
Oh, come on, guys, man. You're throwing me up for Rasta, the artist.
Yeah.
What's a drawing Chiefs? Man, Katlino. But Katlino, you're a fan of Chiefs. Chiefs is how level loco. Chiefs, they have not done that bad. They're not that far off from the top 3.
Number 4.
They're sitting at number 4. They've got 41 points, which is 5 points less than Pirates.
Chiefs ke team e le re itile e lwela league. But they tla go nna ntse Chiefs e tlo lwela position 2. No, I tell Chiefs re itile.
Wow, Katlino, speaking like a true fan, I appreciate it. Let's go to Sinong out in Rustenburg. Sinong, bare Rasta Toma Drowe Chiefs.
Alright, Chiefs mna re ka bala ke yona the whole day and right. A re buka Arsenal, right Chiefs ya pa.
Go a tshwana.
I wanna Arsenal ne ba tlo mpela ka pele weekend. I don't want to lie.
What happened? Ke le boditse.
Yeah. No, I want to stress you took my numbers. I get one ale team. So now le nna ke tlo founela by the time re start Premier League trophy at the end of the day. And then
Do you still think you're going to win it?
Yeah, we're going to win it. And
you playing Man City next game. Did you see Brighton Hove against Manchester United? You still have to play them. Did you see Newcastle against Tottenham? You still have to play them.
The time I collect 3 points at Etihad is it will be the day when I leave the league. Mazola ke number 11 or number 12 ko Chelsea.
Season ya ka e fedile gale. Season ya ka e fedile gale.
Haba betiwa go Champions League o tlwetse ya delete le Twitter.
No, our Arsenal, hashtag Arsenal is starting to Arsenal. Why is Chelsea offerile gan? Hashtag Chelsea is over.
So no,
and then the last one,
yeah.
The last one to Mr. Songwan, I think the referee this weekend was 9 out of 10, especially game Chiefs. That referee was brilliant, man.
So you don't think that was a penalty?
No, I am a Chiefs fan, but that the referee was brilliant. He stood his ground. He didn't do referee. He stood his ground. That was perfect for me.
Let's take Lesibe, the last one out in Neguruleni. Lesibe, you know, we give you the last shot.
Yeah, good evening to you, Andile, your guest there. The weekend was. The first point, I'll be quick. Team Sukazi, Mr. Sukazi there. I think he got his line crossed. Who's the right back, Bafana right back, and which team does he play for currently?
Who's the Bafana right back and which team does he play for?
Yes.
The right backs.
What do you mean of the current team?
Nico Mobi is playing for Skukuni.
Nico Mobi. In terms of looking at other clubs besides the traditional big three. Okay, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, but Nico Mobi, there's also a Sundowns man that's there as well in Mudau. I hear your point though. I hear your point.
I also get your point.
So lastly, to the principal, honestly speaking, is he still in the studio? I want to paralyze him.
No. He's here for you. We waited for you and him. We've got to go. So you and him have 15 seconds. Go for it.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm happy with the referees, to be honest with you. Just advice to Mr. Someone, next time when he goes to war, because you always finish him before I get to a chance. He must not go to war with a Okapi knife. He must go to war with a machining gun.
Finally, we
you agree with him?
Thank you very much. You can sing off for us.
Wow, Lesibe, he's gone. He's out of here. At 7 o'clock, top of the hour. We got to get out of here. You can catch the three of us, of course, on Soccer Zone this evening. Hey, but we leave you in the more than capable hands of Faith Mangope. Faith?
Hi, very good afternoon, good evening to you. Hello, how are you?
Hey, the weekend that was, man.
Just like a fish in the water, man. Jubilant today, jubilant.
Are you jubilant? Is everybody jubilant?
They gave us 9 out of 10.
What are the big stories this weekend?
Oh my goodness. I think the one of the major stories that have come out of this weekend obviously is now the revelation of who the identity was of the man that was charged.
In the cell,
was in the cell,
yeah.
cell 35. Burned beyond recognition. Of course, it came out to be Katlehong Polo. This evening, we are in conversation with Katlehong Polo's father, Batum Polo. We're talking here about exactly the events that led to the child or to the young man going missing. When did they find out about him being missing? And more than anything else, what was the sentiment from the police once they tried to acquire that DNA testing? So he's going to be on the show this evening. And then we're also in conversation with the Minister of Communications and Digital Technologies, Minister Mondli Ngubele. Here's a story. The South African Post Office is in financial troubles. It owes creditors. Now, if you remember, the South African Post Office was supposed to be used as a vehicle for the Post Bank, for the bank side of it. And if we cannot get our monies correct in the South African Post Office, we're in big trouble. But here's another problem also, Andile, is that the same people who are part of the board that actually led to the Post Office being in financial constraints is still in the board. right? So the big question to the minister this evening will be for how long? And by the longer you keep them on this board, are you not afraid that they will do more damage to the South African Post Office than what has already been done? So we're going to get answers from the Minister of Telecommunications this evening. And then we're also looking at what's been happening as well when it comes to South Africans that have been trapped in Sudan. We're speaking to Durko as well this evening. And then we're also looking at the ANC.
Such a scary thing, that.
It is. It's very scary. ANC as well, head of political education and former Gauteng Premier David Makura is with us this evening as well. We're looking here at ANC 2024. As you know, that they would have had their meetings regarding what are some of those proposals that have been put forward, including by opposition parties. It's about the devil that you're willing to go to bed with, really, at this point in time. So, and political bed, I might add. So it is all that and more. And then after 8 o'clock, you're going to want to stick around for this one because we're speaking about the prevalence of ritual killings. Our children are dying and they're being mutilated and they're going missing, and it's happening in numbers. This evening, we ask the question, what is happening with the bodies of those children? Why are our kids a target? Is it because somebody's trying to have money by collecting the spirits of these children? It's going to be an interesting one after 8 o'clock.
It's always the one thing that people go for, isn't it? They'll do anything for the money.
Yeah.
That's always the big thing. It's sad what happened out in Soweto. It's 3 after the hour 7. I look forward to it. Especially the conversation. I'm hoping there's a little bit more detail now. I'm hoping that the fathers sat with the cops and come up with a lot more. It's 3 after the hour 7. We got to get out of here and leave you in the very capable hands of Miss Faith. So for the next 2 hours, hey, have faith from me and my entire team. Pella. That's all.